Hello and welcome to the second game of the finals of the ESL NA Tournament 4 between Bikerushownz, who's up here playing as the Eldar player, and LaFaf, who is down here playing as the Marines. And I've actually noticed that Bikerushownz is taking Fossir Maka in this. I have to admit I didn't actually check what he took in the first game, but Maka is not a normal choice from Bikerushownz, and I've seen a lot of people now running Kaya as his combo is just so incredibly powerful. This is a little while ago, so perhaps he wasn't thinking about it so much, but I would have thought that Bikerushownz would want to get as much use as Kaya out of him before any nerfs that might be coming for that particular hero. So, as normal, pretty typical setup here. Camera movement deciding not to work there for a bit. It does that sometimes. I hope there are also some replay mode improvements in this patch, but I might be wishing on something that won't happen. So we have, once again, two scouts here. One of them placed right down here near this aggressive Dire Avengers force. And now, they can't actually fight this. It takes 4 scout squads to beat a Dire Avenger squad, so they're never going to fight them. But with the stuns, you can get quite a decent defense going of a point. You can keep a point alive for a lot longer, especially as he does have a an assault marine in a drop pod, so he can bring that down at any point. Apologise for the mic creakiness. He can bring that down at any point to actually get some DPS down into this, and the assault marines have enough DPS to, if they can hold down the Dire Avengers, make quick work of them. But this scout squad is really taking his life in his hands now by letting those Dire Avengers get some shots off at him. That's 2 models down already, and he is going to get back into the shield generator. Good use of the Bone Singers here by Bikerushownz. The Marines have finally managed to take this point on the side. One of the greatest things about scouts in this matchup, which I'm not sure if I mentioned last game as it ended up being so short, is that one of the huge benefits of Eldar in this matchup is that the Bone Singers have so much mobility with their teleports. You've seen Bikerushownz all throughout these last 2 tournaments teleporting up here and taking points at the back of enemy's base and getting around. He can always have his Bone Singer to a point before you. And so if you go Assault Marines, you just have to accept that. You just have to give him every point on the map and then take them back one by one. Whereas if you get 2 scouts out early, you can send 1 scout to each side of the map, and 1 scout will have to run away from their Dire Avengers, but the other scout will be fine. And here's the engagement, the standard coming down as well. Good jump through there with the Assault Marines trying to chip off these Eldar's shields. And Eldar doing what Eldar do best and just running the hell away. That's almost a squad down. In fact, actually, those grenades are actually threaded there. Holy moly. LaFaf scoring some Premier League level goals in this game. And unfortunately for LaFaf... Oh no, Bikerushownz scoring some Premier League level goals. Unfortunately for LaFaf, it doesn't matter that all those grenades missed, because he still didn't get anything really out of that push. Now he's going to try and take some advantage here, but he actually didn't really get an advantage in that push. He managed to snipe this this here, which is pretty good. Getting the jump out. Loses only a single model. He now has his kill team able to come in, but a striking and for Eldar is pretty dangerous when you do not have the banner. KT is down. Let's see what they take on him. As a HOTS player, saying KT always means something different at the start. Okay. I'm going to wait here. Nothing interesting is happening, so I can wait here until you take an upgrade to LaFaf. Nothing interesting is happening on the map. Bikerushownz is just taking a point. You got to take one of those upgrades, LaFaf. They're not very good without the upgrades. Without the upgrades, they're pretty bad, LaFaf. Oh, those Striker Scorpions are invisible, to be fair, so we can't see them. And they're going to hit directly on his kill team before they've managed to do anything. We're going to get to see The Assault Marines jumping in. The Scout Marines did throw a stun grenade there. And that hits the Scorpions, but no one else, unfortunately. Jump back in. The Webway Gate is now in to give all these people movement. Most of the Dire Avengers have run out, and one of them actually died there, but another Dire Avenger getting caught in the big pulse grenade thing. And still no upgrades on this kill team. Must be a mistake. LaFaf's unlucky that in the game he forgets to give his kill team an upgrade. Is the game that I happen to focus on it so much. But these Assault Marines are now getting very low, and these Assault Marines are worth a lot more than Dire Avengers, so them going down is far more important. Going one Dire Avenger, which I believe he did. Yeah, one Dire Avenger in that fight for one Assault Marine squad actually is not a win for the Marine player here. And he still hasn't... Oh, he upgraded it. Look at that. He's got the flamethrower. Let's go. That flamethrower that would have been incredibly useful in that fight, by the way. So the thoughts behind the KT upgrade is that you can either go the flamethrower to get the early pressure in these fights, in a fight exactly like that, so that you can win out and hopefully get another Dire Avenger squad death to try and claw your way into these fights. Or you can take the rocket launcher if you are confident enough about getting to late game, because once the Falcon comes out, at least for until you get your own the multi-melters on the speeders out or something, the only way you really have to deal with it is the rocket launcher from the kill team. So Scout's just doing scouty things, scouting everything out, taking a bit of damage from the Dire Avengers, but not feeling too bad. Bone Singer actually teleporting up there, which isn't a great place for Bone Singer to be. Was sort of hoping there'd be nothing up there. Oh, excuse me. And the flamethrower is now getting some shots off onto these Striker Scorpions, but they will get into contact with the kill team and stop them from getting anything useful. The Scouts are going to get a stun in there so they can start hitting the flamethrower. But he really needs to get something in there to hold these Scorpions off. And now that he's chased the Dire Avengers off, he will do that with his Assault Marines, and his kill team's getting back here, but the kill teams are very low now. And now that all of his Assault Marines jumped in, I think that was honestly too much commitment on getting the Striker Scorpions. Once all of his Assault Marines had jumped down, the rest of the Dire Avengers were free to just deal damage to the Assault Marines, and they will take out the Striker Scorpions, so the commitment was worth it in the end, but it got his army slightly dangerously low there. The Standard coming up there did save him, and he's teleporting Iron Maw back to their command ship or wherever the hell they go to. This means he can get them back. He can change his point on them. This is one of the reasons why I would say it's always safe to take a Flamer immediately, because even if you don't get him killed, you can always bring them back to switch them out. But they are just going to go for that Flamer again. Was just using it as a quick heal so that he can get them back into the fight immediately, while some of his Assault Marines get back here to reinforce. 4 models on both of these squads, so he isn't gonna worry about sending them back too much. Checking the resource counts now. Bite Crush. There we go. Look at that. Bite Crush does have the money, and he is going to hit tier 2, which means that even though LaFaf is now starting to get to the point where his Assault Marines are numbered enough, and he's fighting these fights well enough to start winning against this big Dire Avenger army, soon it's not going to matter, because soon he's going to get the Falcons out. Now 2 Dire Avengers staying on this, while another 2 Dire Avengers have realised that the Assault Marines are trying to trade out with them and are going to go in with that. Another 2 Assault Marines up here trading out with that, and they have captured this point down here. So the FAF doing a really good job of taking all of the map here. This Assault Marine squad, however, is in quite a dangerous position. He's getting the all of the jumps used, but he's right into a listening tower here, and he's realised that this is a horrible spot to be in. He has no jumps left. Awful plasma grenades there from Bite Crush, but I'm not sure how much it matters. He's not chasing them too well. This point up here is now completely taken by LaFaf. Good job by him. He's going to run into more Dire Avengers if Bite Crush is on top of this. I think he kills them anyway. Oh, if they actually escape on that much health. No, they don't. No, they don't. So, that push was in vain. Didn't get anything on the back here. I mean, he might have killed that. I actually feel bad now that I'm not sure. But Bite Crush overall took that side of the map, definitely. Actually left this without capturing it, which is It's unfortunate, but you don't want to be leaving like big parts of your army around too much. It's the problem for Marines who are doing this. You can't teleport a servitor over there to take it after your army's left, so you do have that slight disadvantage. And Maka is down, which is a big point, because if Maka gets a good, let's find out what the name of this is, a good Psyche blast off, she can really turn the tide in fights, in these early fights, with the big blobby amounts of units. And there are actually only 2 Assault Marines down now, I believe. So, not even a super scary spot, but we do have both players moving into the next tier. Sky Portal and the Machine Cult being made. Both players are ready to advance this game beyond these basic forces. Orbital drop coming down here. Unfortunately, we have no idea what it is, but more Assault Marines. Pretty expected. Gonna get a jump straight onto this. And Maka is now sort of useless, just hitting this. She actually, I believe, whiffed her spear there. The Assault Marines managed to hold these off for long enough to get the rest of the army back, and Assault Marines will dive in on Maka. They need to try not to group up too much. If they just all group around Maka, Maka will get a lot of damage off on them right there. Half healths, both of those assault squads, and a good grenade there catching them all in there. But there's going to be the... I don't know what this is called either. Good standard to cancel Maka's spell, actually. That's really good. Maka had them both in the Zeratul ult there, the Temporal Weave. And she actually might go down here. This is a big win for LaFaf. Their last stand triggering from her Doctrine. Will probably get her away along with the Striking Scorpions now that they are in Fleet of Footwave. He's managed to hold this side, but while doing this, the Dire Avengers have been up here dealing some damage, although that's only 200 requisition worth to rebuild that, so it wasn't actually a huge win. And one of these Dire Avengers is going to go down. We now have Angelos coming up. We have all these Assault Marines jumping in here, getting them stunned. We have the Kill Team were flaming them. I don't know where Kill Team has gone off to now. Kill Team is just stuck back here. A lot of damage done here, and now we have big man himself, Gabriel Angelos, with the miniature. Absolute fire. Let's look at our man. There is no follow option in this game, so I have to manually do it. And as we can see the shadow there of the Falcon coming in, we see as well that this game is definitely moving up. No higher tech units out here for LaFaf so far, and this is just going to be... That was a missed W there from his Gabriel Angelos. But right here, he's just going to lose so many of these Assault Marines. And he's going to lose this top resource point finally, because this Falcon's just going to come up here and take it. We have Maka and the Scorpions coming down here with the Dire Avengers to attack on the other side. He's splitting up his forces so that he can get this this double-pronged attack, which cannot be well defended by the Marines. And the Marines still doesn't seem to have any higher tier units. Sending his kill team back here, I assume, so he can switch from Flamethrower to the rocket launcher, as he really needs it now. Maka and the Scorpions hitting up here. Dire Avengers moving across. Squad of Assault Marines get caught here, and now at this point, when you have the Falcon out, the Marines are actually stuck in their base. And so Eldar just get the free time to take all of the map. Marines cannot leave the base unless they take this Falcon down. And with no higher tier units coming out from the Marines, he has really no way to do this. Still has one power generator, but he's not getting a huge amount of power. Decent hit there on the kill team, but bit of a waste of Maka's potential, honestly. That's the sort of clump you want to hit. Oof. Land Speeder is now en route. Soul Shrine is being made by Bikerushownz. And Bikerushownz is just in a very comfortable position right now, taking the map, spreading out his army, making sure that if LaFaf tries to do anything, he'll get immediately punished. Oh, a lot of jumps being used there by the Marines. get into position to snipe this one Dire Avenger squad. Not sure it's entirely worth. And he's got the Flamer back on this Kill Team Iron Maw, which I really don't think is optimal. You want the missile launcher to help take out this any points in this Falcon. Speeder is running around here now, doing some of that traditionally dodgy skimmer movement. Gonna start getting hits on this Falcon. Now a multi-melted Speeder will beat a Falcon, so I don't know why he's retreating. Maka is now getting caught out though as well, and it looks like she's gonna die again. Is she gonna hit that big old temporal weave? Nope, she's just gonna die. A lot of these Assault Marines are really close though, one model on each of them, so they need to be very careful. Looks like they're going to jump out and head off to go, and at the same time Scorpions are doing Scorpion things in the side. Now that all the Assault Marines have come, this is a bit lower down, and Multi-Melter really needs to go to work on this Falcon. He cannot have two Falcons out. He's getting some hits on there, but there is a Viper out now as well, and Vipers put much more of a threat onto the Speeder, since they do true damage compared to the Falcon's normal damage. And LaFaf actually gonna GG there, actually gonna throw in the towel. Fair enough, he was behind quite a bit there. If he looked at his resources and thought that he didn't really have a chance to get any more high-tech units out, he was gonna have a really hard time winning that. He had nothing on the map, he had no resources. So well played to Bikerushownz, winning yet another Dawn of War 3 ESL tournament. Out of the 6 of these tournaments since beta that have happened since before the last one, which I have seen, but I'm not going to spoil because none of us else have seen it. Or none of you may have seen it. Bikerushownz is now on 5 of them. Boys putting a lot of time early on to get some wins in this game, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. We're gonna have a new winner next tournament because Bikerushownz didn't even attend, so I ain't even spoiling any wins and losses by telling you that Bikerushownz doesn't win a single tournament this week. So look forward to winning some other to seeing some other winners. I'm happy to tell that Bikerushownz won the other tournament because I'm not going to be commentating it. Like I said, if I do another set of recordings later today, it will be the start of the next of the number 5 tournaments. I'm going to be focusing on EU because I believe it had a lot more games, and I believe there were better games in it. So well played to LaFaf and especially to Bikerushownz for winning, and I will see you all with ESL 5.